Ugh. My, not pop socket, but like my ring, my phone ring thing that I can hold it, is in such a weird spot that I can't clip my phone to the, I can't speak today. But I just wanted to come talk to you guys really quick and just say hi, show you my face. Not that you need to see it, but I'm just thinking about so many new people on this team, and everybody I know just comes into this with every intention on seeing results and making something pretty cool of this, whether it's just getting Scentsy at a discount or whether it's you want to quit a job, whatever it is. I know everybody wants to do their best. I know that. I know everybody wants to feel proud of themselves. And I know that when we come into this, a lot of us struggle with anxiety or depression, or, we're shy, introverts, we're busy, our schedule, our timing is hard, and life gets the best of us sometimes. And Morning Leanne, life gets the best of us sometimes, and it's hard, and all of our good intentions and purpose for coming into this and what we wanted to do, that motivation and that momentum and excitement kind of fades away, and real life takes control. But I want you to know the truth about all of this is that this is not a get rich quick situation. It's a job. And for those of you that are with me and have been with me for a little bit, even a little bit now, you realize that this is a job, right? But I want to let you know that you can do this. You can really do this, okay? Whatever life has thrown at you, I want you to know that you have a group of people here that truly may not even know you, but support you, because we all know the struggle of life, right? We're here to support each other genuinely and lift each other up, and there's no cattiness. There is only genuine love and support in this group, which is the kind of culture and in community that I've always wanted for us, because that's the kind of community that people want to stay with, that sets us apart from the regular 9-to-5 job, from getting up every morning, hustling out the door, missing moments with your family, just to not like what you're doing at the end of the day and feel exhausted and drained. And it's awful. But we don't realize that there are more options to our life, because we grow up, before I had Scentsy, I worked a career. I had a 9-to-5 career. Well, I shouldn't say 9-to-5 because I was paid salary, so I could work 50 hours a week. And I make double now. I make more than double now. And good morning, Michaela. Good morning, Amanda. I make more money now working 20 to 30 hours a month as opposed to working 50. And I thought that's what I needed to do. I thought that's what I was supposed to do. We all think that's what we're supposed to do, because we grow up, we find a career path that we feel like resonates with us the most, right? Even if we don't necessarily love it. And I am so happy for those of you that know what you want to do in life and feel like you are in your passion and you are walking in your authenticity, in your truth, because you have to do that every day for as long as you're working until you retire. And your life, your job, your career becomes a piece of you, because you're giving so much of something. You give yourself to this career, right? And I thought that's what I was supposed to be doing, right? I'm paying my bills. I didn't have any other choice. I pay my bills. I have to do that. I don't have any other choice, right? But it was almost a blessing in disguise that I was stressing over not going back to work. I always thought I'd go back to work, but because my salary, working 40, 50 hours a week, was what it would have cost for me to send my kids into childcare, so I would have been working just to pay somebody else to watch my kids. That made zero sense. And I wasn't about that. I always wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. I never knew what I wanted to do with my life. I just had this career because that's what I had been with the longest, and that's just like what I knew and what I was good at, right? So like, okay, let's just dive deeper into this field and this career, but I didn't love it. I actually despised it. I despised it. I despised the work environment. It was awful. It was catty. There were people that I used to cry leaving work. It drained my being. I was such an unhappy person. And nobody should feel like that, because you're going to spend so much time doing what you do, right? And then it was a blessing for me to have these children. I worked very hard to have these kids. I did. You know, I went through IVF. For those of you that don't know, I struggled. I had miscarriages, you know, ectopical pregnancies. Am I saying that right? Ectopic pregnancies. I'm so tongue-tied today. And it was just heartbreaking. But I knew if I didn't walk through that long journey and have to go through that struggle, that it wouldn't happen. So I had no other option but to walk through that journey. And I was lucky enough, you know, to come out on the other side and have these amazing children. But I was struggling with the fact that, oh my gosh, I'm not going to be able to go back to work. Like, what do? I have to go back to work. But what was the point of me working just to pay somebody else to watch my kids? It didn't make sense. And then Scentsy came. And then I realized with Scentsy that life doesn't have to be what you think the normal everyday is, what we grew up thinking we have to do, right? Like, we have to go get a job. We have to work 9 to 5. We have to do this. We have to do that. We don't have to do that, you guys. That's society. That's just what, like, you know, we're groomed to do that from a young age. Even in school, that's what we are groomed to do, because that's normal. That's how society is evolving. That's what this is meant to be. But it doesn't have to be. And I realize that because this isn't a 9 to 5, that a lot of people think this isn't an opportunity. And it is. This has changed my life. I mean, it's changed my life, you guys. Like, that's not a joke. I'm being serious. I'm not saying this to, like, get you guys on board, to get you motivated, for you to buy into this whole gig and for you to drink the Kool-Aid. Like, I mean it when I say this has changed my life. And coming from the girl who never had any confidence, I weighed 120 pounds more than what I do now. My weight was always an issue. I had no self-esteem. I never stuck with anything. I quit and procrastinated with everything in my life because I just wasn't happy with it. I was just kind of like, meh. I did it because I felt like I had to do it, and I just had no other choice. But when I found something that, like, spoke to me, and it's funny because it's like, when I say this has changed my life, you're like, okay, wax and warmers. Yes, wax and warmers, because I stand behind the product, but, like, everything behind it, like, what it's evolved into for me, helping, you know, it's changed my life. And that, I never thought I would be this person. I never thought I would be the person making the money that I do, or earning free trips around the world. Like, I still am like, I cannot believe this is my life. I still cannot wrap my mind around that sometimes, still. But I'm willing to work hard for it. I'm willing to commit to it. I'm willing to do the hard things because I know what it's done. And I never want this to go away. And I want it to be the same for you guys, because it can be anything that you want. It doesn't have to be what it is for me. It can be anything. But this is such a real opportunity, you guys. And I want you to know that it's going to take work. Of course it is. Because this is a real job. This isn't a scam. If it were get rich quick, if it were something that you could hop into and get money super fast, then it's a scam. If it were super easy, then it's probably a scam. But the good thing about this business is you are your own boss, so you make up your own hours. You call the shots based on what's good for you and your family. You don't fit your life into Scentsy. You fit Scentsy into your life. And I grew my business in 3 years. For 3 years, I grew my business working 30 minutes a day. Yes, I was home with my kids, so people think like, oh, of course it worked for you because you were a stay-at-home mom. Guys, I joined when Catherine and Declan were 2 years old. I had 2-year-old twins. And I was still cleaning the house, making 3 meals a day, running all the errands, doing all of those things. And I struggled with severe anxiety. You guys, right about the time that I joined Scentsy, I was at Babies R Us with Catherine and Declan in the carriage. And I locked myself in the bathroom of Babies R Us because I had the worst anxiety attack. I tried to call my father on the phone to come and get me, and I couldn't even speak. Like, I felt like I wasn't breathing. I kept swallowing and swallowing and swallowing, and I couldn't. My father had to come and get me at Babies R Us. Like, I've always had depression. I've been on a million different medications. Nothing ever worked. And I guess it was because, like, inside of me, I just wasn't happy. And the medications can help, but it's like, it has to be more than medication. I mean, medication can help, but it has to be more than that. But this business is not always going to be results. It's hard. It's hard. But when you go to work, if you work a 9 to 5, is it always easy? Are you always skipping into work? Even if it's your passion, are you loving what you do every single day? Is it always wicked easy for you to get up and go to work? Do you have moments where you feel like you're losing your mind? Do you have moments where you're like, am I doing the right thing? Because I could just walk away from this job and be poor and be happier than I am. This is going to take work. You can make it whatever you want, but it's going to be hard at times. And then sometimes everything's going to feel like it's going in your favor, and you're like, wow, this is amazing. And so you feel motivated when things are going your way. You feel encouraged. You feel excitement, and that momentum is building and building and building. So like the wind is at your back, so it's pushing you along. So you feel good, right? But then things start to slow down because it's the natural progression of business. And then you put less effort into it. You just kind of shy away from it. You feel discouraged, so you just put less into it, and you just don't work your business. And then it gets harder because you just start spiraling, and then your mind goes with the lack of action. Your mind goes with it, and like, okay, well, I do have another job, so like, whatever, It's easy. It's easy to let Scentsy go. But this can be, it's mind-blowing what this can be. And I want you to look at me and not so you feel like you need to keep up with me or your goals need to be my goals, because they don't. I'm my own person. I'm a completely different person than you. My life looks completely different than yours. You have your goals, and I want to help you guys reach them, whatever that is, however big or small. But this is a real job, and it takes real effort and real movement. It doesn't work itself. And I don't want you guys to ever feel like you can't do this, because you can. But when you compare yourself to other people, you start to feel bad about yourself. But like, hey, listen, I could compare myself to Jennifer Anderson and Kristen Ingalls and start to feel bad about myself, and then be like, woe is me. Like Eeyore, right? I wish I could have a team like them. I wish I could do what they do. And then I just start to do nothing because I'm comparing myself, and I just start feeling bad for myself instead of fixing the issue and making it better. But instead, I use them as like, okay, they can do this. I know that it's possible because I know them in real life, and I know that it's possible. So I'm going to watch them kick butt, and I'm going to follow. I'm going to ask them what they're doing, and I'm going to try to follow in their footsteps. And I want to be just as badass as they are. This guy is looking at me like I'm a complete lunatic. I'm like, he must not know about technology and that you can talk to your team through your phone. Oh yeah, I'm getting all the looks right now. I'm like ready to pick up my phone and wave it so he sees that I'm talking to myself, technically, but you guys are on the other side listening. Or maybe you will later. But I just want you guys to know that it's normal to feel discouraged. It's normal to feel like you're stuck. It's normal. All of that is normal. I feel that way too. But the difference between you and the people that give up, because that's what happens when people get stuck, when people feel like they face challenges or obstacles come, that's when people give up. That's when people go left. And it happens. I see leaders in this business that were at the top of their game, that were the top of this team in this group. I see leaders that people once looked at and thought, I want to be like them. I've seen those people completely fall off. I've seen those people just lose momentum and just give up on themselves or give up on this business because it got hard. It's going to get hard. Your life is going to get hard. Your life probably is hard. But if you want to be one of those people that make that money and you want to quit that job, you want to be able to provide for your family, you want to be able to be happy and make your own hours, whatever it is, you can do that, but you can't give up, because if you give up, you failed. You are failing if you've given up. And it's going to take work and effort to get out of that. But guys, I have to go through the same exact thing. I am not always motivated. I'm not. I have to be able to motivate myself. I have to be able to stand on my own 2 feet and figure out what I'm going to do to get unstuck. I get stuck all the time. But I want you to realize that when you get stuck and then you think like, all right, I've got to do new things, or I've got to sit down. You know, when you're not stuck and you're seeing results, you're just moving, you're going, you're doing more of what you feel like is working. You're just continue to do that. It's working. Let's keep doing this. But then you get stuck and things slow down and you're like, oh, this doesn't work. No, it does work. You gotta switch it up, guys. You gotta do something. You gotta put in more effort. You gotta put your head down and work. Or else you're just gonna be like those other people that quit. So many people come and go in this business. So many people come and go. You've probably seen people come and go. You've probably already seen it, either on your team or somebody that you were once close with on this team or in this group or in another group. You've probably seen them come and go. Don't be one of those people. You don't have to be. You're not stuck. This business works. I will tell you 5,000% this business works. You have to be honest with yourself. You don't ever have to feel like you need to get on a call with me and tell me what you think I want to hear, because I guarantee you I already know the truth. Because I'm just like you. I'm just like you. I struggle, but when I struggle, I think of how I'm going to get out of it, and then I almost come back better than before. It's always going to go like this. You have to have the expectation that this business is going to go up and down. But you've got to ride it out. Or else you have unrealistic expectations about what this is. And you are looking for a pyramid scheme. You're looking for that scam. You're looking for it. You've got to be able to put in the work. And if you want to put in the work and put in the effort, you're going to reap the rewards and the benefits of this. Promise. Because I'm no different than you. I am the girl that quit. I am the girl that gave up. I am the girl that didn't want to do anything that was too hard, that required more effort than I was willing to put in. I said all the excuses. This doesn't work. No, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. I can tell you that it does. I can tell you that this does. But it's going to require you to work and to throw out your excuses. And I'm not saying that to make you feel bad. I'm saying that because I want to empower you to feel like you can face your truth. It's hard. It is hard to swallow your own truth pills. Trust me. To be like, okay, I can do this. I'm just being lazy. I'm being lazy. So when I talk to you and you're like, I've talked to everybody. Guys, I don't believe that. Do you believe that? You're just saying that so I think you're working your business. But you don't have to be honest with me. You have to be honest with yourself, because you can't get better at what you're looking for. You can't progress and move forward and see results or make this something that you want it to be if you're not being honest with yourself. I can't help you if you're not being honest with yourself. I'm not here to judge you. Everything that you're saying to yourself, all the excuses that you're saying to yourself internally or out loud, I've said them already. I already know. I've gone through it. I still go through it. I've just been able to really make this work because I finally made this something that wasn't going to be another thing. This wasn't going to be another thing that I started. Whatever you want, do it, you guys. It's going to get hard. It's going to get hard. Guess what? After Christmas, things are going to slow down. I'm telling you right now, things are going to slow down after Christmas. They're going to get slow. And are you going to be like, this doesn't work? You're going to put in less effort. If you're not seeing results, it's time to put in more effort, you guys. Don't be afraid to work hard. We're all young enough where we can do this, where we have the energy. You feel like you don't have time, you do have time. If you have time to sit on your phone, scroll on Facebook, if you have time to text or chat on the phone, if you have time to, watch shows, watch TV, if you have time to complain, you have time to work your business. Yeah, you do. You do. Okay? All of those things are non-factors. Time, experience, guys, the list goes on and on and on. You do have all of those things. You've got to make it happen. You've got to make some time for your business. You've got to sacrifice. That's the truth. That's the truth. You want it, you can have it. But if you want it, you got to get it. It's not going to throw itself at you. You know why? Because this is a real job. This is a job. You get what you put into this. You get what you put into this. You're always going to be tired. You're always going to feel like you're being stretched in a million different places, because this is life. This is life. Don't feel like you're going to wait till the perfect time. Oh, after the holidays, things will slow down. Nope, something else is going to come up. Your kids are going to get sick. You're not going to feel good. It's sick season. You're going to get sick. Trust me. You're going to get sick, okay? You and your husband are going to argue. Guess what? Mark and I have been arguing like crazy lately. I've had a lot of things on my mind. But if I let my business slide because life is happening, well, I'm not going to have a business because life is always happening. So you can be a victim and you can stay sorry for yourself, or you can say when I'm talking to you, I've been sick, or I've been really busy. Guys, so have I, and so have the other 200,000 consultants that are with Scentsy, that are at the top of their game, that are quitting their careers, that they have degrees in, that are making $17,000 a month, that are earning all the free trips. They are no different than you. You don't have it any worse than anybody else. I mean, honestly, you may. You may. There may be situations where life is really hitting you hard. But that's the good thing about this business, is you can adjust. If you need to prioritize your life and you need to, your kids are sick. Yes, I'm not saying don't take care of your kids because they're sick. Of course. They're your children. Your family always comes before your business. Always. But listen, don't get that twisted, sister. Because you can say Saturdays are my family time, so that's not when I work my business, so I can't have home parties. Okay, you don't need to throw a temper tantrum with me, because that's fine. I'm going to work my business no matter what. But you can say that's your family time. I'm not doing that. And you can be totally against every idea that I throw at you, or everything that I'm trying to do to help you. You can resist all you want. But at the end of the day, your business is going to suffer, not mine. And you always have a solution. There's always a solution. Are you willing to do it? Okay? You need to spend time with your kids because they're sick. You need to take care of them. I get it. I want you to do that. But at the end of the day, make sure you put 15, 20 minutes aside to work your business. You can't sacrifice 15 or 20 minutes at the end of your day. Well, I don't know what to tell you. But that's all that it takes, being consistent. I built a business, an organization working 30 minutes a day. Whether that was in one spot, whether that was sitting down for 30 minutes in one day, or whether it was like 10-minute increments or 5-minute increments throughout the day when I felt like I could do that. Now my business is more organized, but it was chaotic for 3 years. But I made it happen. Trust me, I had family members die. My life got flipped upside down many occasions. I felt like I was suffocating. I felt like I was drowning in debt and emotion and anxiety and all the same things that you guys struggle with. I am no different than you. You are no different than her. She is no different than you. You can do this. I want you to feel empowered and strong enough to get through your excuses, stop using them as crutches for reasons why you haven't been working your business, because all it's doing is enabling that poor habit and behavior. You can do this. The truth is, you can do this. That's the truth, is that you can do this. And I want you to know that. And I want you to feel that. And I want you to believe that. But you know what? It's going to take you doing and not saying. It's going to take more than good intentions. It's going to take more than a goal. You have to make a plan, and you got to execute that, and you got to walk in it. Even if you feel like you don't know what you're doing, you got to take the first step, and you got to continue to take the next step, and then the next step, and then the next step. I had to do it. You know why sometimes I can give you guys advice? It's because I've walked through the embarrassing moments. I've done all the humiliating things. I've failed. I've fallen on my face in front of my audience, in front of my family and my friends. But now people are like, are you really making that much money? Are you really earning free trips? Did you really just buy a house and use your Scentsy as a down payment? Yeah, girl, I did. But I went up and I went down and I doubted myself. But I knew, right? I knew that if I just keep going, it's going to work, right? If I just keep going, there will be a breaking point and I will see the results. And if you go even when you don't want to, if you go even when life gets hard and challenging and you face more obstacles than you do, successes and victories, you know that eventually it will pay off. So keep going. You've got to commit to this. Don't be afraid to commit to something and see it through. Because then you can say, you can use your family as an excuse of why you're not working your business, or you can use your family as reasons that you are, to provide for them, to give them the life that you've always wanted. You don't have to struggle anymore. You can have freedom of time. You can be home with your kids and raise them, but it's going to take elbow grease, and it's going to take effort, and it's going to take sacrifice on your end to make it happen. Guys, sometimes I don't get to go to Declan's hockey games, which is the things that I live for. Sometimes I don't get to do those things, right? Sometimes on a Saturday or a Sunday when I feel like my family's all together, because Mark works so much. Sometimes on a Sunday when I feel like that's my only day to have all of my family together, I have to do an event, and I don't like events. Or I have to do a home party when I just want to be home. Oh my God, I know this kid, and he's looking at me like I'm a psychopath. I could say, I don't do events. I don't do home parties on Sundays because that's my family day. Or I could do that event, I could do that home party, even though Mark's home that day. That's my sacrifice. Because on the other end, when I start making incredible money, which I'm already there. Pinch me. I don't feel like this is my life sometimes, right? But it's because I've made minimal sacrifices to have the bigger picture. I get to stay home with my kids. My reason for starting Scentsy was so I could not have to go back to work and be able to still provide for my family financially. And I've already done that. Now they're in first grade. My business is more organized and it's more even-keeled and balanced than it was. But those times that I had to sacrifice my family day or missing a hockey game or a soccer game, that little minimal sacrifice, missing a game here and there, I'm able to pick my kids up and drop my kids off to school every single day. I'm able to take them to every single practice. For the majority, I go to every single one of their events. I am a present mother because I put time aside for my business. Yes, I was home with my kids, and when my kids were 2 years old, twins at 2 years old when I joined Scentsy, I decided I didn't want to be one of those mothers on her phone all the time, right? I wanted to be present mentally and physically. But I knew that I had to make time for my business. I couldn't use my kids as an excuse. Well, I'm home with my kids and they're always attached to my hip. And, yes, I could have said that, and that's the truth. But if I wanted to make this work and I wanted to hit those goals that I said I was going to hit, then I had to sacrifice and I had to make time for my business. I had to figure out when throughout my day I could take 30 measly minutes and work my business and be intentional and do income producing activities to see the results so I could continue to stay home with my kids. Whether that meant I had to get up early, 30 minutes in the morning, or whether that meant I had to work my business when my kids went to sleep, even though I was tired. We're all tired. I'm tired right now. I'm tired all the time because such is life. Don't use your excuses. Use those same exact things as reasons to go harder. We all have families. We have all of these things, all of us, right? But you can make 7 figures in this business. And guess what? I'm going to. And I'm going to burn that path and blaze it down so you know that you can do the same exact friggin' thing. Okay? Because I'm no different. I'm from Quincy, Massachusetts, you guys. I'm not some psychopath weirdo that you met online that says, hey, this works, you should do it. No. I didn't get here because it always went my way. I didn't get here because, it was easy. It's not easy. And if somebody told you that, they lied to you. But life isn't easy. Life isn't easy. So get over it and make it happen. You can make it happen. Don't tell me you're going to become a director. Don't tell me you want this, you want that, just because you're on the phone with me. Guys, I'm not your boss. I'm your friend. Don't tell me what I want to hear. Don't tell yourself what you want to hear. Tell yourself the truth and what it's going to take to get to the other side of that. It's going to be hard. You're going to be nervous. You're going to have doubts, but you move anyway. And then on the other side of that comes the relief. All the sacrifices you made to get to this place that you want to be in your business comes relief on the other side of that. Comes the money that you're looking for. Comes, the freedom of time and choice that you're so much longing for. All of that comes with it. But you can't put up a post on Facebook and think money's rolling in. It's not going to be easy, but do it anyway. Do it anyway. All right, I'm dying for coffee, and I've been sitting outside of Mary Lou's, and I've watched everybody go in and out. My mouth is watering because you know me, and I'm crazy, and coffee motivates me. You could pay me in coffee, and I would still do Scentsy. Money and coffee are the only things that motivate me. But I love you guys. I want you to stand up on your own 2 feet. I want you to throw out your excuses and know that you can have what I had and way more. You can be better than me and better than I've ever been or ever will be. But stop saying you're going to. Stop. Great intentions are awesome, but only if they come with the work. Or otherwise, you just have a lot of wishes that you're holding on to. I'd rather see you fall on your face and move than have this beautiful plan laid out and you're just in plan mode. It gets old after a while. Think to yourself, how long have you been in plan mode? Think to yourself, how long have you been saying you're going to do this and do that and you just haven't been? Because you're nervous or you're scared. I'm nervous and scared too. I am. But I'm going to move because I have my kids looking at me. And I've already said out loud that I'm going to do it, so I'm going to do it. Because if I don't, I'm failing. And I'm not going to be that anymore. I'm so sick of being that person. I was that person my whole life. I'm going to be 38 years old. I just forgot how old I was. I'm going to be 38 years old. So for almost 34 years, I was that person. That's honest. I'm always going to tell you guys the truth of myself, because I don't want you to think like, oh, she has got it all together. Because I don't. But I do it anyway. I've fallen a lot. I've said a lot of stupid things. But I'm here, I'm alive, and I'm here to tell you about it. And move. Just move. You guys, just move. Okay? You can do it. Throw yourself into it and don't give up. If you give up, it's not going to work. If you give up, it didn't work. You know why? Because you gave up. Move. It's time to move. It's time to be prepared. I told you, it's going to slow down in January. Mark my words, put money on it. It's going to slow down. It doesn't mean your business doesn't work. My business has never changed. My business has continued to grow and progress. You know why? Because I didn't give up. Because I stayed ahead of the game. Because I prepared myself. So you know what? Like, I'm telling you now, you get your month straight for November. You know what? You only have two weeks to work your business in December. So you should be preparing for that. Instead of being like, oh, you know, I have family things going on in December. I have Christmas parties and I have time to spend with my family. We all do. We all do. But you got to prepare for your you have to make sacrifice in time for your business, or else it won't work. And then you know what? You're going to take a big break in December. It's deserved. You should. Your family comes first. But if you're not prepared before you take that break for January's going to come. You're going to feel, woe is me. You're going to feel like, I can't do this because I didn't prepare ahead of time. So now it doesn't work. And then a bad January will lead into a bad February. And you're going to start spiraling. It's the name of the game, you guys. I'm not the end all be all of this. I do not know it all. I figure it out as I go. But it is what it is. It's how this business goes. So there's a lot of things I know, and there's a lot of things I don't know. But I do know that this is what's going to happen, and I'm trying to help you stay ahead of that so you can be prepared and be better. Okay? I'm going to go get my coffee. My mouth is watering. But I love you guys. It's time to just get up. Be the person you want to be. Be that business owner you want to be. Don't let everything hold you down. It's never going to change. If you don't start the movement of stopping the bad habit and the bad cycle of the things that you always do, making the excuses and putting it off and procrastinating and quitting, then it's never going to change. Is this going to be another one of those things? Or is it not? It's up to you. And I want to help you. And I'm here to help you as long as you help yourself. Okay? So, I love you guys. Let's do it. It's time. Okay? That's it. It's time. Happy Wednesday. Halfway through the week, halfway through the month. Are you having a good month? Are you having a bad month? If you're having a good month, awesome. Keep going. If you're having a bad month, who cares? Forget about it. Pick it up and move forward right now. That's it. That's it. No excuses. No excuses. And I'm saying that to make you better. I'm saying that not to be harsh on you. I'm saying that because I love you and I want the better good for you. And I want you to have what you came here for. But it's going to require effort. It's going to require some level of sacrifice. And if somebody told you different, then they lied to you. That's it. So, I love you guys. I'm going to go enjoy my coffee. I hope you guys are enjoying coffee or whatever it is that you love. Don't be afraid to work. Love you.